In this video, I'm going to go over a few more AMG models that are still bargains in today's market. In one of my previous videos, I looked at what I think are the top 5 bargains right now. I thought I would round it out with 5 more cars to make it a top 10 because there are quite a few models to choose from. Number 10. S55 AMG. The W220 S55 was the high-performance V8 powered S-Class with the supercharged M113K engine. Introduced with the W220 facelift of 2003, its supercharged V8 gave the S55 139 horsepower more than the previous year's model for a total of 493. The S55 is spacious, subtle, and it delivers that next-level seat and ride comfort compared to smaller Mercedes like the E-Class. Only 469 short wheelbase S55s were made, but none went to North America. The more common long wheelbase version saw 5,469 units produced. While these S55s present crazy value for money, they can be expensive to maintain, especially if you buy a higher mileage example. From the hydraulic suspension valve blocks to the pump on the engine, there's a lot to keep an eye on. Not to mention tons of electrically operated equipment in the interior. You're going to want to budget more for running one of these compared to smaller Mercedes models. Prices run around $20,000 to $25,000 for good examples, so the S55 is a total bargain if you're willing to maintain it. Number 9. S63 AMG W222. If you want something a bit newer that still has that premium S-Class ride quality and size, the S55's modern successor, the S63, is another bargain AMG. The production of the W222 ended recently, but these early 2015 to 2017 M157 powered models are seeing their prices fall thanks to depreciation. With 577 horsepower from the M157 5.5 bi-turbo V8, that power is sent through a 7-speed transmission and a 4-matic all-wheel drive system. So the S63 is fast, comfortable, and the available features are still impressive in 2022, including parking assistance, active driving assistance, 360 cameras, and more, not to mention the beautiful interior design. You should also enjoy reasonable reliability on the 222, as the M157 was already in production for a few years, and the timing chain issues were sorted out by these later years. Seeing examples sell for under $70,000 with only 30,000 miles indicates that these S63s deliver a lot of value for money, considering that so much of the equipment is up to date. Number 8. E63S W212. If you like the power and torque of the M157 engine, but want something smaller and simpler, the facelift W212 E63S is getting very tempting in today's market. With the same 577 horsepower as the S63, coupled with less weight, the E63S is a very fast car capable of getting to 60 miles an hour from a standstill in about 3.5 seconds. The styling of the facelift model was also very well received when this model was new, and it still looks pretty fresh even now. Some great Designo interior options were offered as well on this 212. Reliability has so far been pretty good with the E63S, especially for owners who have not modified them heavily. On the market, higher mileage examples have been touching as low as $30,000, but low mileage examples are still reasonable at around $50,000, which is kind of a bargain considering all of the usable performance that this car offers. Number 7. E55 W211. The E55 is one of AMG's cornerstone models. It's still a great-looking sedan that has nearly 500 horsepower from its M113K engine. The E55 is one of the smallest and simplest models to be fitted with the V8 compressor engine, and that's why they've been so popular with enthusiasts. Maintaining one of these is also reasonable, and the things that do go out, such as the air suspension struts, are not super expensive to replace. I've owned E55s for quite a few years, and I still think that they present great value for money, and they still have that world's fastest sedan cool factor. Prices have gone up a bit on E55s, but there are still good deals out there. They made almost 13,000 of these, so they pop up on the market fairly often. Expect around 20 to 25,000 US dollars for a good one, and more for a great one. Number 6. CLS63 C218. The CLS63 is very similar mechanically to its E63 counterpart from the same years. Powered by the M157 engine with up to 550 horsepower in 2012 and 13, and up to 577 for 2014. All-wheel drive was also added for 2014, resulting in better traction and performance. I think that these particular years for the CLS styling were excellent. The 2012 to 14 pre-facelift model looks aggressive and still passes as a brand new looking car 10 years later. That's a design achievement in my books. The interior looks good, and interestingly, Mercedes kind of messed up the design on the facelift model. Sticking out of the dash is a weird screen with huge bezels that makes the interior look more dated than the older version. So the pre-facelift models are really kind of in a sweet spot, and couple that with reasonable prices for these cars, they're definitely a bargain right now. Some of the higher mileage examples are trading as low as $30,000, but $40,000 to $45,000 can get you a great example. So that's it for the rest of this list, and if you want to see the top 5, check out my previous video. I'll leave a link in the description below. Let me know in the comments what you think about this list now that I made it longer. Thanks for watching. If you want to support the channel, take a look at my store. Link is in the description. If you want to see more AMG content, subscribe for more videos like this one.